Beware of the forgotten words. I never thought I'd write this. Honestly, I'm not even sure it'll help, but I feel like I have to warn someone. Maybe if you hear this, you'll know better. Maybe I did something. Maybe you'll stay away. Maybe you'll understand. God, I hope so. It all started with that stream I've been following. It's a group of streamers. I was following them for like a year ago. They called themselves the Beyond Limits. They do like urban exploration, you know, seek out abandoned buildings, explore tunnels, break into places they shouldn't be for views and thrills. It seemed like a harmless stream. Well, that was until about a year ago. They had announced their next stream was going to be a big one. They had flown to Turkey to explore a recently uncovered ancient site, a place deep in the was it Anatolian hills or something along those lines. Archaeologists had been mapping it, but they hadn't fully mapped it, and there was rumors that there was an old Gobekli Tepe place or something, or they were older than that place. That's what it was. The legends surrounded it were intense and kind of interesting. Some said that it was a temple of forgotten gods. Other claimed that it was a curse on the grounds where an entire civilization vanished overnight. Perfect fodder for a channel like this. I remember the stream had started late at night. It was about 10 p.m. my time. That's Central Standard for anybody that cares. Um, there were four of them on the channel: Mike, Rachel, Darren, and Jess. They had their cameras and flashlights going, and that smug confidence that all streamers have. The chat was getting real hyped, buzzed up. Everybody was throwing them donations as they approached the site. It was a desolate plateau surrounded by jagged rocks, and you could hear on the stream the wind was whispering almost like through the air. It was really cool, in fact. They had found an entrance. It was like a stone archway that was partially covered and buried in the hillside. There was carvings on it, and it was hidden but still so imposing. It was kind of neat. They had squeezed through a narrow passage and entered what looked like a chamber of some kind. I remember the walls were covered in faded murals, scenes of worship or old gods. I'm not really sure. I don't remember. The figures were indistinguishable, but Rachel did adjust the camera for better lighting, and Darren joked about how it's probably some sacred place and they were desecrating it. Oh boy, they didn't even know. Just shot him a glare, but she didn't say anything. As they ventured deeper, it seemed like the air grew heavier. The sound of their footsteps echoed even louder on the stream. It was quite unnatural, even for a stream. It had this strong appearance. They came to this central area. It was like a dome ceiling supported by these massive stone columns. The center was raised platform with a pedestal on it. There was a weathered tablet, and the chat just exploded with comments. Oh, dude, ancient treasure, cursed items. Ooh, touch it, don't touch it. Everybody was so excited. I remember it. It was crazy. Mike, of course, didn't listen, and he just picked the tablet right up. It revealed these really cool old carvings. Rachel zoomed in with the camera so everybody could see. They were like jagged. At first, it might even look like some kind of alien writing to anybody that didn't really know. But the chat went wild. They were throwing all kinds of theories. And then one commenter stuck out. They said it was Sumerian, ancient Sumerian, and that stuck out to everyone. Jess started to get nervous. You could hear it in her voice. She said that they should leave, that they'd seen enough, and that the place didn't feel right. But Mike brushed it off. He said, "Come on, we came all this way for this." And Rachel, before they could do anything, pulled the translation up on the app on her phone, and she started to like piece things together. And finally, she spoke the words that would be so important to all of this. But I'm not going to say them, not yet. I need to explain the rest. You see, the moment she spoke those words, everything changed. The air, you could almost see like it grew colder. They started breathing and you could see the breath. There was this hum on the stream, and it just felt deep, unsettling. They grew quiet, and so did the chat. Everyone kind of stopped. And then for a moment, that silence faded and everyone went nuts in the chat. What was that? Oh my God, did you feel that? Wow, that was so weird. And then things started to glitch. At first, it was minor flickers in the video, distorted audio, but then it escalated. Shapes began appearing in shadows. It was really weird. It was indistinguishable. We thought it was visual effects. There was forms around them. It's hard to describe. Everything started to go and shape and sway, and then just screamed. Her voice was so painful. It was something wrong. Like something was wrong. Darren was laughing and making jokes, and then he got serious. He started to shout at everyone, "This isn't funny. We need to get out of here." And everyone in the chat starts screaming and yelling that, "Oh man, this is fake. Oh, it's real." But the stream looked real. It looked like something was wrong. And then it stopped. It was a black screen, static. Everyone in the chat kept going, "Oh, this is a cool trick. Oh my God, they really hyped this video up." But then it just lingered, and then it ended. Nothing. The screen just went black. It felt faint, like nothing. And that black screen, it lingered for what felt like an eternity. The chat erupted with reactions, most of them brushing off what had just happened. Nice prank, guys. Damn, that felt so real. Fake, but entertaining. What's the budget on this stunt? A few people seemed genuinely unsettled, myself included, um, even concerned. That felt too real. Did anybody else feel something watching this? Where are they now? But the majority of people just dismissed it. An elaborate performance to rack up views, donations for something. Most people thought it was fun and scary, an adrenaline rush that they could laugh about later. I wasn't one of them. Something about that stream had stuck with me. It wasn't just the way that the shadows moved or the distorted shapes. It wasn't the glitch of the feed or the unnatural silence that had crept through the screen. It was something deeper. It was like a sensation I couldn't shake. When Rachel spoke those words, I felt it, not through the screen, but inside me, like a cold, unseen hand brushing against the back of my neck. And now, and every day since, I still feel it. Look, let me explain. It I've watched plenty of horror streams and urban exploration videos. I get it. I know what they're doing. I know what they're trying to do and what they're trying to say, but they always use jump scares, and sometimes it's like a staged effect or editing of some kind. Beyond Limits had always been good at towing the line between real and fake, but this, This was different. It felt wrong, and it hasn't left me alone since. Like the first night after the stream, I couldn't sleep. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw shapes shifting and writhing and formless. It was weird. It felt too large to fit in my apartment. It felt like sweat. It felt like the air was grasping for me, convincing me that there was something in the corner of my room in whispers. God, it was like I could hear faint whispers all the time, unintelligible murmuring just on the edge of your hearing, like like someone was in the other room, but they never would speak up. And Rachel, her spoken words echo in the back of my mind. At first, I thought maybe it's just my imagination. Maybe my reaction to watching something so well done was just unsettling and I couldn't get it out of my head. But then small things started to happen to me. The lights would flicker. I could hear the sound of footsteps distance in the hall. My cat would just stare. Like cats do this, I get that. They stare at stuff, but not my cat. My cat would never do that. My cat was obnoxious, would run around, would hardly ever have peace. But after that, my cat would just stare at an empty corner. Its fur would bristle up as if something was there. I told myself it was nothing. Maybe just stress, maybe just lack of sleep, maybe it was just work. I don't know. Deep down inside, though, I knew better. 2 nights ago, it escalated. I was watching a video on my laptop. My screen froze. The audio got distorted. I thought maybe it was just an internet thing, lag or something, but then there was a hum, a moment, and then there was an image. The tablet that I had seen flashed across my screen. I'm not crazy, and I know it was only for a second, and I have a vivid imagination. I get that, but this was clear. Those jagged symbols, etched in stone, were staring at me. And then my laptop shut off entirely. My battery didn't die. I turned it back on immediately, and everything was normal. There was no trace of the glitch. I ran malware bytes and CC cleaner and they picked up nothing. There was nothing on my computer, but it's still, I felt it. I could feel that cold, creeping sensation deep inside me, like something had just reached through my screen and touched me. That's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm writing this. That's why I have to get it out. I have to warn you, but it's because I feel it. It's this urge. I can't ignore it. I tried to put something to it, put it aside, but it's like those words that she said. They're alive in my head, and it's like they're begging to be spoken. And I've tried to resist. I've tried. I haven't said them. I put them aside. I tried to forget them, but they're in there. It's like they're crawling under my skin and they're whispering back to me. Guys, I'm scared. I'm scared that I can't hold them in. I'm scared that I don't have much longer. Scared that whatever those words are, they've awoken something and it's already watching me. It's already waiting. Beyond Limits is gone. Their social media account, their channel, wiped clean. It's like they never existed. I've searched, I've looked on archives, I've used the Wayback Machine. I can't find any of their old posts. I can't even find chat groups that'll talk about this. It's like they weren't there. But I know I saw the stream. There's not proof, but I saw it. I saw it with my own eyes, and I know what I saw, and I know what I felt. Now, now I can't stop myself. I need to speak the words. I'm sorry, I can't. I don't know how else. It's like I'm desperate. I have to get this clarity. I have to get these words out and I have to say them to know that it's not real. I have to say it so that I know that this was a facade and there's nothing to this. But I'm scared that if I speak these words, that maybe there's something to it. Here goes. I'm gonna say them and I'll put them on screen in case something does happen and someone has to review this and figure out what's going on. I hope that someone, if something does happen to me, looks into this and they figure it out. The words she spoke that day. Kairu al-Gaz al-Zungai Mazuziai el-Singa el-Mal al-Galni is again.